If your life looks full but still feels empty, this video is for you. Because what you're missing might not be something you can buy, earn, or become. Nearly 2,000 years ago, the most powerful man on Earth discovered a truth so uncomfortable, most people spend their entire lives running from it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may realize something that changes the way you look at everything you already have.
We live in the most connected age in human history. Endless information, endless entertainment, endless choice. And yet, so many people feel empty. Not hungry, not unsafe, not without opportunity, but lacking. A quiet dissatisfaction that follows us everywhere. A sense that something essential is missing, even when life looks perfect from the outside. A better phone might help. A higher salary might help. More recognition might help. At least, that's what we're told. But nearly 2,000 years ago, one man stood at the very top of the world and realized that this hunger never ends. His name was Marcus Aurelius. He was not a monk, not a hermit, not a philosopher hiding from life. He was the Emperor of Rome, ruler of the greatest empire the world had ever known. He commanded armies, controlled wealth beyond imagination, lived in palaces built from marble and gold. And still, he wrote to himself in private, "Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you." Marcus Aurelius wasn't escaping reality, he was diagnosing it. And his insight may be more relevant today than it was in ancient Rome. Act 1. A man who had everything. To understand this lesson, we must first understand the man. Marcus Aurelius was born into privilege, but he did not choose power. It was placed upon him. From a young age, he was trained not for pleasure, but for responsibility, not for indulgence, but for discipline. When he became emperor, Rome was not at peace. There were wars on the borders, plagues in the cities, political betrayal inside his own court. His reign was marked by suffering, not comfort. And yet, while other rulers chased distraction, Marcus chose reflection. At night, in military tents and cold stone rooms, he wrote notes, not for history, not for praise, but for himself. These notes became what we now call meditations. They were not written by a man seeking more. They were written by a man learning how to want less, without becoming less. Act 2. The illusion of more. Marcus observed something fundamental about human nature. The mind is never satisfied by external gain. We believe the next achievement will complete us, but when we reach it, the feeling fades. We believe the next purchase will finally bring joy, but soon it becomes ordinary. We believe comparison will motivate us, but it only creates anxiety. Marcus understood this centuries before social media, before advertising, before algorithms. He saw that desire has no finish line, and he warned himself, "Do not spoil what you have by desiring what you do not have." This was not weakness, it was clarity, because the Stoics believed that contentment is not passivity, it is freedom. You can strive, you can build, you can improve, but if your happiness depends on outcomes, you will always be at war with reality. Act 3. Nothing is missing. The phrase, "nothing is missing," is not poetic optimism, it is a mental discipline. Marcus wasn't saying life is perfect. He wasn't denying pain or injustice. He was saying this: at this moment, breathing, aware, alive, you are complete. The suffering comes from the story the mind tells itself that this moment is not enough. But Marcus trained himself to return to what is, not what should be.
He wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." This is the core of Stoicism. You do not control events, you control interpretation. And peace begins the moment you stop arguing with reality. Act 4. Comparison, the quiet poison. Marcus Aurelius never compared his life to another emperor's. He compared himself to his own values. Today, comparison is constant. We compare success, we compare lifestyles, we compare timelines, and every comparison quietly says, "I am behind." Marcus warned against this trap long before screens existed. He knew that comparison steals attention, and attention is life. When you measure yourself against others, you abandon your own path. Stoicism teaches us to ask a different question. Not, do I have as much as them, but am I using what I have well? Because wealth without peace is poverty. Act 5. Simplicity as strength. Despite ruling an empire, Marcus lived simply. He wore plain clothing, ate modest food, avoided excess. Not because luxury was evil, but because dependence on luxury makes the mind fragile. He practiced voluntary discomfort, sleeping on hard floors, embracing cold, refusing indulgence. Why? So that when hardship arrived, and it always does, he would not collapse. Modern life avoids discomfort at all costs. Stoicism teaches us to befriend it, because the person who needs little cannot be controlled. Act 6. True wealth. Marcus Aurelius redefined wealth. Wealth was not gold, not status, not possessions. True wealth was a calm mind, a disciplined character, a clear conscience, and alignment with nature and reason. He wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." This is not motivational speech, it is a warning. If your happiness requires perfect conditions, you will never have it. But if your happiness comes from character, it cannot be taken from you. Act 7. Applying this to your life. This lesson is not ancient history, it is practical. Ask yourself, what am I chasing that I believe will finally make me whole? What do I already have that I overlook daily? Where am I fighting reality instead of accepting it? Contentment does not mean quitting ambition. It means removing desperation from ambition. You still work, still grow, still strive, but from a place of fullness, not lack. Final act. The world belongs to you. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome, but his greatest victory was internal. He conquered craving, defeated comparison, mastered contentment. And in doing so, he gained something far greater than power: freedom. Because when nothing is missing, nothing controls you. The world stops demanding, the mind stops racing, and peace becomes possible, even in chaos. This is not ancient wisdom, it is timeless truth. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but his greatest victory was not over enemies, it was over desire. Because the moment you stop telling yourself that something is missing, the moment you stop postponing peace, the world loosens its grip on you. You can still grow, still build, still dream, but now you do it without hunger, without comparison, without fear. And that is true wealth. If this idea stayed with you, then this channel is for you. Welcome to Stoic Endeavors.